whispering with the president of SATAU that maybe it is time that this conference is held in South Africa.
John Orr writing a play on Harry Bridges. Harry was a member of our union, jumped ship in San Francisco in the early 20s, then was part of the wonderful generation of leadership that helped create the best dock workers' conditions in the world. There wouldn't be a Hiron Hall in the world without the Harry Bridges and the ILWU.
Harry addresses the strikers.
He has to shout above the noise.
I think we should stay out. Work is 40% of your life. Most of you are stuck in abject misery, but it's up to you. Do you want to continue or not? It's a rank and file decision. Strike!
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 Strike! Get our share. That's how simple it is. An end to the unemployment, to the deaths of our members, to the bribes, the kickbacks, the jobs for sale. Strike. We want guaranteed employment.
On July the 3rd, the mayor of San Francisco, Angelo Rossi, said he would open the port of San Francisco by force.
And bugger the consequence.
On July the 4th, America, the land of the free, was celebrating independence.
On July the 5th, Bloody Thursday, the sons of bitches shit all over our Constitution.
Tear gas,
Riots,
screams,
sirens,
Scabs, cops, goons, the National Guard, the American Legion, the big money, even the University of California football team. At Stewart and Mission, I saw a big man in a brown hat. He got out of a police car and charged into the strikers. I saw him draw his gun and fire into the crowd, and he yelled, "Come and get it, you sons of bitches!" A shot.
2 bodies, thud.
Howard Sperry and Nick Bordeaux.
Harry did a lot of good. He set the stage for a lot of people, me being one of them. And did you know that Harry Bridges married an Asian woman named Nikki? And did you realize that he could not get married in the state of California and he had to drive to Nevada?
Harry brought the trade issues that he learned from his uncle Harry, that was a member probably of the Wobblies here in Melbourne, and he integrated that into the labor movement and basically was the founder of the ILWU. Harry was a revolutionary. He was a global leader. You think about a man in the 30s that basically integrated the union. He stepped up and said, hey, the bosses want to split the union and break the strike on race and class. And Harry had the vision to go to all the black churches, meet with the black ministers, and says, what is it that you guys want? And they said, we want a fair and impartial opportunity, Mr. Bridges, something that you and your white longshoremen would demand. And Harry said, if you don't pick it and don't cross our picket line, he says, I will integrate this union. And if there's 2 jobs left, one will go to a white worker, one will go to a black worker. So Harry was way ahead of his time.
I would like to congratulate MUA and also the Australian trade union movement for their greatest victory in the last federal election. I hope the same victory gonna happen in the United States, because the ConocoPhillips and the Woodside, the main 2 oil companies that explore our oil and gas industry in our sea, is from both Australia, United States and Australia.
Last day of the conference, we went to the Hungry Mile and joined the commemorate ceremony. I heard reading poem, The Hungry Mile. I was very impressed. I could imagine, and I was about to tear. I imagined a long line of big dock workers to get job. They had to feed their families. Nowadays, the situation is different, but same things happening all over the world again. We will never go back to the past.
With all the importance that I derived in that respect from this conference, the announcement that Peter, in the opening of his presentation, made that the CFMEU Mining and Energy Division has decided to re-affiliate to the ICM is still a very special highlight for us.
The CEO of Napier didn't respect us. In fact, he scoffed at internationalism. I was in the lift coming out of the mediation when we got down to the bottom floor. And he turned around and he said, let's see where your internationalism is now. I'll tell you what, he no longer scoffs. The bastard trembles when we mention it, because he knows what it's like to get on the wrong side of it. He's now experienced. Every CEO in a port in New Zealand, shipping companies, now know what it's like to get on the wrong side of us. So that respect now, we've got to drive forward and take it to where it is. That chain up there, you know, what a great symbol. Let's use it to flush out all the right-wing bullies that attack our members' working conditions and their families.
Wasn't it superb to see Titch McMahon and Fred Moore here yesterday? We need to rekindle the spirit of McMahon and Moore within our movement. We need to realise what they have went through and continue that fight. Because one thing which I thought was spot on, Fred Moore said, I was a young man when these old people were telling me what to do. And before I turned round, I'm the old man. Very, very, very important. But comrade, black people, white people, young people and old people, and the strong and the weak must continue to support each other. If that's the case, then I can see Globalising Solidarity being even more effective in the years to come.
We have been working on this declaration with the International Committee and sponsors of this last 2 days. We've heard some wonderful speakers, and really in the wrap-up for Tony and for Paddy, it's really going to be about how we take away and we deliver on this declaration.
Our little thing in Newcastle has now become a big thing and an important thing and a wonderful thing, and something that we can now shape our lives around. And what a wonderful thing to be in South Africa, and looking forward to that.
Los Angeles dock workers and the local community voiced their support for Australian wharfies today. Hundreds of protesters gathered to show their anger at the arrival of the Columbus Canada, a ship loaded in Australia by non-union labour.
My name is Barry Robson. I'm from the Maritime Union of Australia. When we were thrown off our docks in Australia by goons and dogs and thugs, you came to our aid in '98, and there's not one wharfie in Australia that could ever forget the Columbus Canada.
The incidents that occurred at Long Beach, we were able to regroup that band of activists and get over there and help them. And I think they brought it back to the rank and file, because we took rank and file with us. That rank and file could go back on the job. I mean, we as union officials, and particularly senior union officials, it's very difficult to get out and around the country as much as you'd like to. But if you can take those rank and filers that can sit in the crib room or go to the wharf or get on board the ship and talk to their mates, that's where the spread of internationalism is really gaining its momentum.
It's our union that defends our rights, but our union's as strong as our will is to fight. For the union is you, and the union is me, so stand up and stand by our union.